What's up, everyone? How you guys doing? You can see now I'm in my Patriots outfit. Sorry if I have the beer belly. I gotta lose that beer belly. But yes, I'm watching the Patriots so far. Patriots are gonna be playing tonight against the New York Jets. 2 9-2 teams going at it. 2 9-2 teams. I am so thrilled out about this. I don't know what's gonna be going on with Monday Night Raw. I may tune into Monday Night Raw, but for the most part, I will be watching the Monday Night Football game. Hoping this is a good game. I'm telling you, I'm hoping this is a good game. Because if it's not a good game, then it's not worth my time to have to tune out. But this should be a good game. I mean, both teams fighting for division. There's got to be a sign of urgency for both teams for the most part. So, Jets have been having a strong quarterback, Mark Sanchez. I'm surprised they're having a good season so far. With the Jets' passing yards have been impressive for 18th rank. Rushing yards 4th. The rushing yards have been solid, especially with LaDainian Tomlinson. The points have been great. The total yards, they've been having a great total yards, so that's impressive. Alright, their defense has been very impactful. The defense has been very surprising. This is why they've been dominating this year. The scoring defense has been great. Total defense has been great. Defensive yards for the passing has been good. Rushing yards have been good. So Patriots have a tough challenge ahead of them. Especially they shut it down Randy Moss. So Patriots getting rid of Randy Moss. They've been looking stronger than ever. So it looked like they didn't really need Moss as much. After Randy Moss has been jumping from team to team because it looked like the team doesn't need him. Now he's like the fat for the team. He used to be the muscle. But now they've been trimming the fat. So for the most part of trimming that fat, the Patriots have been having a good run. So they're really good. They trimmed Lawyer Malloy. And the Patriots looked even stronger without Lawyer Malloy. And they got Eugene Wilson. So getting Eugene Wilson was as safety was impressive because he performed surprisingly. So Patriots with Bill Belichick with the young defense that the Patriots have been having has been a real surprising. They've been rocking the house. So the Patriots always been climbing up to where they are. So for the most part, this is just I'm quite impressed. So hold on, that's not what I meant. So for the Jets with Rex Ryan. Rex Ryan has been an impressive coach. I don't know who was the former coach for the New York Jets, but he sucked. Like after the 2008 season when they had Brett Favre, they went 9-7. Like what's up with that? I mean, Brett Favre, I thought that game was pretty close. Cause I remember I did see that game. It was like both teams were like 8-5, something like that, and I think the Jets pulled off a win. That was a little bit surprising, but for the Patriots, they've been looking stronger than ever. It was 2007 season. They've been having a dominant run. Their schedule was horrible, but for the Patriots to lose to the Browns, man, if they did not lose to the Browns, they would have been 10-1. So then it will look stronger than ever. For them, for the preview they've been getting, this has to be a good game. I'm gonna be looking to this game for sure. I'm gonna be looking into it. I'm gonna be like all eyes on that. So Patriots 31. They've been scoring a ton of points so far. Patriots have been dominating just like the 2007 season, except they're not undefeated. So especially their division sucked that season. Like they being 16-0 was no surprise. Their division just sucked that season. Like all the teams sucked, especially the Bills. Bills were okay. The Jets were 4-12. The Dolphins just sucked. Like Joey Porter, they had Joey Porter. They still sucked. I thought Joey Porter would really rock the house that season. So roughly, but for the Patriots, who's now 30, Patriots who are ranked first, 13th on total offense, 12th on passing yards, and 13th on the rushing offense. So they've been doing strong, so this is definitely should be an evenly matched game. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a one-sided game because they have to be having potential. All right, their defense has been sloppy. 32 on scoring defense, 399 on their total defense, 32nd. Passing total defense has been horrible, and 118 rushing yards. They've been okay on the rushing defense, but alright, they gotta really work on their passing yards because their passing yards on their defense is really mediocre. That's how they lost to the Browns. Their defense was just terrible, I think, for the most part. But if they can really work on their defense, because for their season to be 9-2, it looks like they've been having a good run. So if they can finish off this season, because I'm surprised they lose to one bad team, just like in the 2004-2005 season. One bad team they lost to was the Dolphins, and I think that was their 4th win. They were 4-12 that season. The Dolphins, I thought they were 3-13. That was an okay season, but the Dolphins really sucked that season. Patriots still won 2 years in a row. They were 14-2. After other those seasons, they fell apart. So Patriots really need to be on a good run for this one. And yeah, pathetic. 22 points allowed on total defense. Their defense looks sloppy this year. I can tell by the stats. And the Jets have been having a strong defense. So if the Jets going to dominate Patriots again, I wouldn't be too surprised if that's happening. But for the momentum they're going to be getting at home, I wouldn't see that happening. But I'm hoping it's not a one-sided game. Because Bill Belichick has been a mastermind coach. Like he makes bad teams look strong. Like it's like Daniel Bryan in wrestling. Like Daniel Bryan makes bad matches look good. And Wade Barrett can make a rookie, like 7 pair of rookies, look very strong. Like they're really good at trimming the fat for the most part. But just like Jerry Solon, he can make the bad Utah Jazz look strong. I mean, they did have one terrible season. They were 26-56 because of Andre Kirilenko's injury. Like Andre Kirilenko makes the team look strong. So for Bill Belichick, who's like the mastermind, he's got to use his mastermind. Because I know against the Giants, the team really slopped. Like, yeah, he botched an interception that went out of bounds. If he did make that interception, that would have been in bounds. Yes, they would have got the win, 19-0, and I would be celebrating. But yes, I am a Packers fan, but I'm from New England, so I still rep Patriots. That's why I'm wearing the Patriots gear, and I'll be representing all the way. But I still like Aaron Rodgers, Greg Jennings, Donald Driver. I still like the fresh Packers, even though I was a fan of Brett Favre. But Brett Favre, who is far past his prime, suffering an injury. So that is a terrible collapse. And for the most part, I wouldn't say that's a terrible collapse, but hopefully Brett Favre can get back up and continue his season. But he's going to have to retire sometime soon, because remember, he's not in his prime anymore, so he's going to be getting the injuries that, he's been getting, roughly. So apparently we wouldn't be surprised to see something like this. So, other news, we got a Broncos coach who's been fired. Broncos coach been fired for doing an illegal taping in London. But, for the Broncos, who's been having a terrible 3-9 season, we wouldn't see much. But if they can have a strong finish, then we wouldn't see a Broncos go with more than 10 wins. Because they could still have more than 10 losses. I mean, 10 losses, not wins. And they don't have to go have the suffering of I don't know how many losses they're gonna suffer, but I would really doubt that for the most part. But yeah, so apparently after the Broncos coach gets fired, his coaching really sucked. I can easily tell. Like, all right, their offense is real terrible. Like their offense is okay. Like the passing yards is dominating. The rushing yards is real terrible. Like they have no rushing at all. Like seriously. And their defense just sucked. Defense just flat out sucked. They're 30th ranking for 27th place and 27th for their total defense. I mean 27th, 378 yards they allowed. 22nd, 233 passing yards they allowed, and 145 rushing defense. Alright. The Broncos aren't having a good season, but I don't think they should have fired Aaron. They should have let the season end and just fired him. I think it was just no purpose. I don't know. I'm surprised coaches can get fired in the middle of the season, or they resign in the middle of the season. Just like how the Nets coach, I think Brian Scott got fired, or the Chicago Bulls coach got fired. What's up with that? But for the most part, we should have a great, incredible, phenomenal season, but Broncos need to get back up next season. I'm surprised the Broncos are falling apart, especially with Mike Shanahan, who's now the new coach for the Redskins. Apparently for the Redskins, for Mike Shanahan, I gotta say I'm sorry if I'm not talking much about the preview, but for Mike Shanahan has been having some ups and downs this season. They're 6-6 by now. And with Donovan McNabb, they gotta be having a good run, because Michael Vick and the Eagles have been having a dominant run. So I'll be surprised to see the Patriots, Falcons, and Eagles. They have to go at it. Michael Vick against his former team, the Falcons. That would rock house right there. That's gonna rock house. 2 strong teams. Mike Vick doing strong on the Eagles. Ryan 10-2. That rock house. Alright, so with Redskins, alright, Redskins now 5-7 so far with the Washington Redskins. Alright, man, so their total offense doesn't look that great. Alright, I mean, their total offense doesn't look that great. Their passing yards have been dominating with Donovan McNabb. But Rex Grossman, alright, they need to drop Rex Grossman. Rex Grossman sucks. Like, or they need to he needs to go, like, to training camp and start training. Or go to, like, I wish they I don't know why they got rid of NFL Europe. They probably bought it out, something like that. But they need to go to, like, the UFL. Go to, like, they need development leagues. Or go on the practice squad. He needs to be at least on the practice squad and start developing his throwing. Because I saw that game. His game just looks so terrible. It's like, how the heck can Rex Grossman get sacked and he thinks Rex Grossman was useful? He wasn't. If they had Matt Schaub, then yeah, Matt Schaub or I don't know if Tommy Maddox retired. Matt Schaub or Tony Banks at least, and then yeah, they would have a good season. Or they would have been having a stronger how do you say, like a stronger finish or close to the game because they got McNabb injured. But yeah, that's what really they botched up. They botched up that game. Especially on the Halloween game. They got it mixed up with April Fools. I love that line. I get Halloween mixed up with April Fools because he thought they'd do something. Alright, their defense is terrible. Their total defense is just miserable. 31st on their total defense. Alright, 29th. I thought their passing ought to be okay, but alright, their whole defense stinks. Like, Washington Redskins, I don't think they have a shot in the playoffs, but if they can like really get their act together towards the end of the season, their defense needs to stop being so mediocre, and Max Shanahan needs to stop his mediocre coaching. Like, his coaching has been so mediocre. This is why they've been playing how they're playing. And for the most part, like if they can like get the defense can get their act together at the end of the season, they'll be looking like a strong team. Because their game against the Giants was just miserable. Like, I could not stand watching that game anymore. Like, I didn't even watch that game, but I found out 31-7. Wow, it wasn't worth watching. It wasn't really worth anyone's time. All right, for the Packers, who's been my favorite team, Aaron Rodgers. The offense has been looking like a strong team. Passing yard, 3 strong receivers: Julius Jones, Finney, who's injured, Donald Driver, and Greg Jennings. Greg Jennings still the top primary receiver. He's on my fantasy team. He's been a huge boost. I'm doing MSN Fox Sports Fantasy Football. Yeah, I really, for the most part, for Greg Jennings, he's been pulling off an excellent game so far with, 7th in points on their defense and 10th on their total yards. Alright, their rushing yards are not doing that great, but their passing yards have been dominating. Just like I dominated the video games. But you know the video games, you score like more than 30 points. Alright, their defense has been surprisingly good. Like, the points have been excellent. Total yards, they've been great on their total defense. Passing defense has been just rock house, 6th ranked. And their total defense is just, their rushing defense has just been excellent. So Packers have a tough shot to the playoffs if they can keep their ground and finish strong. And then by their last game, if they're like 11-4, whatever, and they just want to put in their backups, rest them up or whatever, yeah, they could do that and they'd be 11-5, whatever. But yeah, for the most part, I think the Packers are really looking strong after the loss of Brett Favre. So Brett Favre was a good trim of the fat for the team. But hopefully, if Brett Favre can come back at the end of the season, I don't know if his career may be over, but the Vikings really haven't been looking together because the Vikings, are currently like, I don't know, 3-8 or something. But I think Brett Favre may have to retire. He's like far past his prime. I think if he's planning on continuing, he does need to go to get some serious aggressive rehab. Wow, 5-7. So they've been looking surprisingly strong for the Packers because they were 3-7 last time I looked at them, but their offense is okay. The total offense is okay. Rushing has been great. Passing yards hasn't been that great. They got to get that together. And their offense has not been looking that dominant. Their defense is looking good. 15th in total points on their defense, points allowed. Total yards allowed, they only are in 7th rank, 302. Their passing defense has been looking good. And their rushing yards allowed, they've been looking very great. So, great season so far. So, we'll be looking for some strong teams. But Patriots and Jets. I'm going for Patriots all the way. Hopefully it's not a one-sided game. Sorry if I go off on topic, but yeah, I did my little small preview for Patriots and Jets. I'll be excited about that. So subscribe to you up there, rate, leave comments below. It's the Ren Dog Street, and I'm taking you to the extreme.